Ready to conquer the galaxy's criminal underworld in Star Wars Outlaws? Here are 10 essential tips that you should know before you play. Tip number 1. Master the art of stealth. Let's kick things off with one of the most crucial skills in Star Wars Outlaws, stealth. In this game, you're Kayvas, an outlaw who thrives in the shadows. Stealth is your best friend in this game, allowing you to slip past enemies unnoticed, avoid unnecessary fights, and strike with precision when the moment is right. One of the key strategies here is to stay patient. You don't want to rush into a room full of enemies. Observe their patrol patterns, find the right moment to move, and strike only when the odds are in your favor. The environment is your ally too. Use cover, crouch behind objects, and stay out of sight. And don't forget about distractions. Throwing a small object to divert an enemy's attention can be the difference between success and failure. It's all about being smart and tactical. Mastering stealth will not only help you avoid unnecessary fights, but also allow you to take down enemies silently, one by one, without raising an alarm. Tip number 2. Upgrade your equipment wisely. In Star Wars Outlaws, your gear is just as crucial as your skills. The game offers a variety of upgrades, from weapons to gadgets, but the key is spending your resources wisely. Rather than upgrading everything at once, focus on what aligns with your playstyle. If stealth is your game, prioritize silencers, hacking tools, and gadgets that keep you undetected. For those who prefer action, boosting your blaster's firepower and ammo capacity will be more your speed. Consider the versatility of your equipment too. Some upgrades might not seem immediately useful, but they can open new strategic possibilities later on. For instance, a hacking tool may not seem as exciting as a blaster, but when you're faced with a complex security system, you'll be glad you have it. Plan your upgrades with both your current needs and future challenges in mind. Tip number 3. Explore the open world thoroughly. Now, let's dive into one of the most exciting aspects of Star Wars Outlaws, the open world. This isn't just a linear game where you follow a set path. Outlaws drop you into a vast, living galaxy full of secrets, side quests, and hidden treasures. If you're the kind of player who loves to explore every nook and cranny, this game is a dream come true. Each planet you visit is unique, with its own atmosphere, challenges, and storylines. Don't just rush through the main quests. Take the time to explore these worlds thoroughly. You never know what you might find. Plus, exploring the open world isn't just about finding loot. It's about immersing yourself in the Star Wars universe. As you explore, keep an eye out for collectibles and special items. These aren't just for bragging rights. Many of them offer tangible benefits like unlocking new abilities or providing resources that you can use later on. And let's be honest, there's nothing more satisfying than finding a secret area that most players miss. Tip number 4. Build relationships with NPCs. One of the most underappreciated aspects of Star Wars Outlaws is the importance of building relationships with NPCs. In this game, the characters you meet aren't just there to fill space. They're integral to your success. Whether it's a shady dealer offering you a rare weapon or a fellow outlaw with a lead on a lucrative job, the relationships you build can open up new opportunities and give you an edge over the competition. But it's not just about being friendly. Star Wars Outlaws is full of tough choices, and how you interact with NPCs can have lasting consequences. Sometimes you'll need to decide whether to help someone out or look out for your own interests. These decisions can influence the story and even affect the outcome of certain missions. Loving the content so far? Give this video a thumbs up and let us know in the comments which tip you're most excited to try out. And if you've got some strategies of your own, don't be shy. Share them with the community so we can all level up together. Tip number 5. Utilize Kay's companion, Nixs. Let's talk about one of the most lovable aspects of Star Wars Outlaws, your companion, Nixs. Nixs isn't just there to look cute. This little creature is a crucial part of your toolkit. Nixs can help you in a variety of ways, from distracting enemies to retrieving items that are out of reach. But to really get the most out of Nixs, you'll need to think creatively. One of the best things about Nixs is their versatility. For example, if you're in a tight spot and need to divert attention away from yourself, Nixs can cause a distraction that'll give you the opening you need to slip past enemies or take them down. Or if there's an item that you can't reach or a door you can't get through, Nixs might be able to help you find a way in. Tip number 6. Manage your resources. Resource management might not be the most glamorous part of Star Wars Outlaws, but it's one of the most important. In the heat of battle or during a high-stakes mission, the last thing you want is to run out of ammo, health packs, or credits. That's why it's crucial to manage your resources wisely throughout the game. First off, always keep an eye on your inventory. It's easy to get caught up in the action and forget to restock, but a little preparation goes a long way. Make regular stops at vendors and black market dealers to top up on supplies. And don't just focus on the basics. Look out for special items that can give you an edge in tough situations. Tip number 7. Plan your missions carefully. One of the most exciting aspects of Star Wars Outlaws is the freedom it gives you in choosing your missions. But with that freedom comes the need for careful planning. Not all missions are created equal, and some might be easier or harder depending on your current resources, skills, and the time of day. Before you jump into a mission, take a moment to think about your approach. Are you well equipped for what lies ahead? Do you have enough resources to see it through? And perhaps most importantly, does this mission align with your overall strategy? For example, if you're low on supplies, it might be better to take on a smaller, less risky mission to build up your resources before tackling something more challenging. If these tips are helping you get ready for Star Wars Outlaws, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss out on more gaming guides and walkthroughs. Tip number 8. Take advantage of environmental interactions. In Star Wars Outlaws, the environment isn't just a backdrop. It's a powerful tool that you can use to your advantage. Many areas are filled with interactive elements that can help you outsmart your enemies or create opportunities for stealthy takedowns. Being aware of your surroundings and using the environment creatively can often make the difference between a successful mission and a failed one. It's also worth noting that the game's environment are dynamic. This means that things like weather, time of day, and even the actions you take can change the way a level plays out. A storm might provide cover for a stealthy approach, while a well-timed sabotage can turn the tide in your favor during a firefight. Always be on the lookout for ways to use the environment to your advantage, whether it's creating diversions, setting traps, or simply finding the best hiding spots. Tip number 9. Experiment with different strategies. Star Wars Outlaws is designed to give you freedom in how you approach each mission. So don't be afraid to experiment with different strategies. Whether you're sneaking through a base, engaging in a shootout, or negotiating with a tricky NPC, there are often multiple ways to achieve your objectives. If one approach isn't working, try something different. The game encourages you to think outside the box and adapt to the situation at hand. This might mean using a combination of stealth and combat, leveraging your companion Nixs in creative ways, or using the environment to turn the tables on your enemies. Tip number 10. Embrace the Star Wars story. Last but certainly not least, let's talk about the story. Star Wars Outlaws isn't just a game. It's a narrative experience that puts you right in the heart of the Star Wars universe. The choices you make, the characters you interact with, and the missions you complete all contribute to your unique story. One of the things that makes this game so special is the moral complexity of the choices you'll face. This isn't a black and white world where the good guys always win and the bad guys always lose. Instead, you'll find yourself navigating the gray areas, making tough decisions that could have far-reaching consequences. And there you have it, Gritters, 10 essential tips to help you conquer Star Wars Outlaws. If these tips were helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Drop a comment below with your own tips or experiences. I'd love to hear them. Don't forget to click the link on the screen to check out our latest video. See you next time, Gritters, and may the Force be with you.